This game is rated M for mature. Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta 2. In the last episode, we made our way up the tower in the Cathedral of Cascades, and now we're going to try to climb Fimbulventr using the bridge to the heavens. Just so you know, this is what our Halo total is looking like after I went through and completed Chapter 1 again. Going to avoid spending that for now, and we'll probably do it after this chapter. So hey, I heard you like bosses completely out of nowhere. I mentioned this back during the Glamour fight, but yeah, some of the bosses in this game just show up. And this is probably the most egregious of all of those instances, but yeah, we have our next boss, our next major boss here. This is Valor, and this is a very good track. This is called Encourage in Gallantry. And so I recommend giving it a listen because I'll be probably talking over it a lot. But this fight is it's interesting in that we're basically flying the whole time. I think my combo dropped there actually, which is unfortunate. I mean, it was early on in the fight, so I can probably still do fine on the combo score overall, but the basic gist of this fight is wait for him to come to you, and his attacks are pretty slow for the most part, so you have that one swing. It's pretty slow. He'll ride his shield like this. If you dodge at the right time, you'll actually be able to get in a combo while he's there. Oh, I have never seen him do that before. That is actually completely new to me. Just strange, but I will admit I'm probably going to get a gold. Really? My combo dropped there? This is not terrible, but at the same time, I'm probably going to get a gold on this just because hitting the time requirement for this fight is kind of strict. I think you have to get it in like under 2.5 minutes in order to get the platinum for that. So, oh, and I got hit again there, so. And my combo dropped again. Wow. In any case, yeah, so the time is pretty strict. Of course, if you get hit at all, you're not getting a platinum on that. So in order to get a platinum overall for a boss, you have to get... Yeah, this is not turning out so great. In order to get a platinum on the boss, you have to get platinum in at least 2 of the areas and then gold on the other. So, not the easiest thing to do. And I am not doing the greatest job of this. I mean, I wouldn't say that this is a very hard boss, but at the same time, doing really well at it can also be kind of challenging, so it's not very long either. Like I said, it's about 2.5 minutes for the best time. Oh, that is why. I thought it was going to be X for whatever reason, even though I have done this fight recently. Yeah, see, wow, I got a silver on time? With that time? Oh well, I did not put up the best fight there, but not much to really to do there unless I wanted to challenge it over and over again. And man, that is a really short chapter. Like, it's literally just the boss, and there's a bit of dialogue before and after, but that's pretty much it.
Diplomacy has failed. Thank goodness capitalism still has its place in hell. Let's do business.
Yeah, one thing I've kind of been missing, actually, is we haven't heard Rodin say a lot. Just because I think whenever you turn in a record, you'll get that cutscene at the beginning of it, and you know he won't say anything else normally. But in case it picked up a heart, and we will be on our way. Okay, well, nothing else to do, I suppose, but start Chapter 7. Let's go ahead and do that.
Another failure. These pawns can no longer serve my purposes. Power must be held in my own hands to truly be attained.
Who the hell was that? Shit! Why am I the only one sucking the drink? Where are we?
Further from the mountain than we started, that's for sure.
I feel like I've seen this place before. At last, you stand before me without escape. This is not your world, and you should not be in it. What was once one must be one once again. You must be turned to nothing.
Little one, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, love. Now I'm sure I've seen this room before. If you're still trying to go to hell, Bayonetta, I might know the shortcut.
Oh?
I'm remembering what I really am.
Time's almost up. Bayonetta, you better start creating miracles.
And right on the heels of the last boss is another boss. There's a bit more to this chapter than the previous one, but
I think they've sent a welcome.
this is going to be a big part of it. So, we have our first infernal boss, which is Insidious. And I think I'm decent at the Valor fight. I mean, I didn't have the best go-around of it there for the LP, because I did get hit more than I usually do. This one's a bit more hit or miss for me. I think the reason why is some of the timings for dodging its attacks are just kind of weird. Like, it's either before or after I expect it to be. So it can make, you know, timing some of your dodges more difficult.
Is that all you've got?
Other than that, I mean, I mean, I can talk about some of the attacks. So most of them will usually involve it trying to push you away with those tentacles, and sometimes it'll use 3, sometimes it'll use all 6. Sometimes it does that attack where it kind of circles them all together. It's all basically the same attack, though, in terms of how you deal with it. One of the other attacks it can do is kind of shut its eyelid, which will also push you back. And other than that, so yeah, here's the eyelid attack. Other than that, like, those tentacles can shoot laser beams. See, like, I got the witch time dodge on it, but it still pushed me away, though. It's kind of annoying. And also shoot a laser from its eyeball. Other than that, yeah, like some of the tentacles can shoot lasers, and that's pretty much it. There's also the attack that the mouth will do every so often, where it launches the missiles at you. You can't really damage it during this point, but the boss will also not your combo won't drop during that point, so you don't have to worry about that. Music is also pretty good. Failed to mention that up to this point, but ow! I could have sworn I hit the dodge button on that. So during this last phase of the fight here, the eyeball can also try to eat you. Don't ask me how that works. You know, this is kind of an eldritch abomination. And I got hit by that attack twice, which it always feels worse when you get hit by like the same attack twice in a row. Dodged too early for that one. Like this one, I had a pretty good start to the fight, but then during this last segment here, I've gotten hit a lot. So fortunately, it's not really going to be. It's not going to be that great of a fight, I think. But that's how the Let's Play curse goes, right? You can never do as well when you're recording compared to when you're just playing normally. Yeah, see, I got bronze for the damage. I mean, I did fine on time and combo score, at least. The best part about all this is that we went to the trouble of defeating that first Insidious, and then we just get eaten by this one right after that.
Little one, where are you?
It does lead to a rather interesting section, though, where we're inside the Insidious here. If you break the rubble behind you when you first enter, there's actually a note in here. Don't ask me how it got here. This is the way to paradise. The lake surrounding the base of Fimbulventr is said to extend deep underground, so deep that no one has ever seen its bottom. There are tales that God created a city that sleeps along the lake bed and punishes any who approach it with eternal damnation. I thought it was probably just some story made up to scare kids, but some of the details were a little too worked out. They say this city was formed from the memories of God as he watched over the human world. It was made as a haven to keep the chosen people, plants, and animals safe when the judgment day would come. Without the city, all life on the human world would simply be washed from existence within the world, or with the world itself. It's obviously not the most convenient place to get to, but God was, of course, aware of this. He made sure that there was a means of transportation that would carry the chosen ones to his city. The people referred to it as an ark. The ark was put together using special earthen elements that allowed it to move through water like a submarine. that thing really exists, I wonder if someone like me could make God's Chosen One list. Okay. Now, I know this is going to be a short episode, but I do think I'm going to wrap it up after I go through the menu here. We did get an achievement, actually, so I got this off screen back when I was playing through the rest of Chapter 1 for defeating 30 angels with unburned climaxes. But, as I was saying, if I kept going, like, the rest of this chapter isn't super long, and if I kept going, it would probably make the episode long, but then at the same point, I wouldn't really have another episode after this. So it kind of puts me in a weird spot where either I could, put 2 chapters in one video, and it'd be a really long video, or I can kind of split it up and they're a bit shorter. Because the chapter after this, Chapter 8, is actually a pretty long one. So, you know what we can do? I haven't done any concocting in a while, so let's... Yeah, we have plenty of ingredients for it. But that's kind of my rationale. And that's actually the first thing I think I've concocted on screen here, which is kind of funny. You can see how often it, really crosses my mind when I'm playing this game normally, because I don't really use items all that much. Okay, so yeah, we should be able to make 2 of each of these kind. You can also make the purple lollipops, but I prefer to use I think they're baked geckos on, making the green herb lollipops instead. You can also make Midas's Testaments with them too. But yeah, so I think this will be a bit of a shorter episode, but actually, yeah, I'll put that one on the left. All right. I think that will do it. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Bayonetta. I've been redxparasite, signing out.